Something's creeping. And it's like, I'll be the first to admit it. I'm a cold, hard addict. Junkie when it comes to people. What people can do for me, and man, I am a junkie. Now, mind you, I'm also an addict when it comes to coffee, when it comes to weed, and it comes to nicotine. I will get to fiending, and y'all will know whether or not I'm missing one of the four, right? So I'm trying to... People will turn to their addictions for whatever reason. And they just will turn to any type of addiction for whatever reason. So I never really processed my whole first relationship with my baby daddy and that whole scenario. Now I'm fucking 18. Like, I just turned 18. Fresh off the boat. Not fresh, but... So at that point in time, right? Cheese was the drug. You know how fentanyl is a drug now? Cheese was the shit. And so that's heroin and Tylenol PM, in case you didn't know. My baby daddy used to mix that shit dark as fuck. Almost as dark as him, motherfucker. And mind you, I didn't know. I'm fucking 18. Like, I decided to do this after our son was born because I wanted to bond with him. So I'm on this shit for maybe like 2 weeks. Max. Right? Because I just had Jonathan, and then I was like on the shit, and then I got off the shit, and then he got locked up. Like, it was so fast. So I catch him. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So then he explains to me, he's like, you want to try it? No. Yes. So then I fucking get hooked on this shit, and I just did not like how I felt. So it's like, I know I just don't want to do this no more, so I stopped. But I didn't realize, like what my body was going through. And I started feeling my chest. I'm like, y'all, I'm 19. I have a newborn baby. Okay? And it is like there's not snow in Texas, but this was the worst fucking winter. I'm like, y'all gotta take me to the hospital or something. This ain't right. I get dropped off at the hospital. You know, the doctors told me, they said, if you waited like 30 minutes, you would be dead. Like, why? First off, why would you address me as such? But whatever. Not address me, but like, address the situation, Oh, you would have gone into cardiac arrest. Your heart it didn't know what to do. You were having really bad withdrawals. We have to give you this medicine to come off this. You can't do it by yourself. What? So, like, that was, like, probably the 7th time I could have died in life. Y'all, listen, I know y'all have seen Unbreakable. I swear to God. So, it's like, when I think about that scenario, how I just quit cold turkey, and I didn't realize how bad the withdrawals were going to be. And so it's like, it's what's happening right now. People. Right? So mind you, I've tried almost every drug in the book. I haven't done LSD. I haven't done acid. Did like some shrooms a little bit. Just, I don't count that, but I count it because it went in my mouth and I ate it. I don't know. So anywho, I get my kids taken away from me behind marijuana, right? I mean, of course, there's more to the story, but like that was the main prevalent reason. And domestic violence, you know, but see, then there's that addiction, you know, and it's just like, you have to figure out why you turn to your addiction and not judge somebody based on said addiction, you know, because it might not be their fault they got hooked on fentanyl. Something could have happened, like me. I just happen to be strong. I just happen to be gangster. God has better plans for me, not my fault. So he's like, no, bitch. Like, for real, y'all, like, I was going through the withdrawals and everything. Like, there was no, you know, and they had ass told me, like, why do doctors do that? Like, they told me, if you waited 30 minutes, you would have been dead. That's cool. So I don't do hospitals, y'all. I don't do hospitals. Every time I go to a hospital, something wrong. Right, so that was when I had my son. Right, I had my son, first experience at a hospital, right? That was, I was giving birth for the first time at fucking 19. Of course, I was traumatizing. Second time I go back, it's because of withdrawals. And, like, they're like, you could have died. I'm like, fuck hospitals. Then I go there with my daughter, and they forget to give me the epidural. What the fuck? So there was that whole natural experience. And then the twins, they cut me open. Cut me open. And a baby came out not breathing. What the fuck is wrong with you, hospitals? So then, I go to a hospital like a couple years ago, and they're like, you medically shouldn't be here. What? Like, stop this. Stop. And I told you I'm an alien. And they said that when I went to the doctor to go. So back to the addictions. And how I'm a junkie and I'm a fiend. I've been through a lot. You know, and maybe just, I've tried other drugs. Because, I mean, the first one, cheese. Second one, PCP. Third one, cocaine and vodka. Oh, yeah, he did that fake weed. What was that fake weed called? K2. That shit's. So it's like, I've tried it with everybody. You know, like, but it ain't for me. I don't know who introduced me to weed. I really can't tell you. I know I heard a story about how I went to this party. I can't remember this party. I remember putting bread in a dryer because I thought cops were going to come and take it. I was hungry. I was probably like 16. So maybe that was it for me. Just weed. Weed's all I need. This nicotine, it got to go. The coffee, we're going to switch to mushroom coffee. And the people. That's where I was going because of the withdrawals. Oh my gosh. That's what I was comparing it to. I was like, what is worse? That's where I was getting at with this video. What is worse? Withdrawals from like heroin or withdrawals from a person? I just don't know. It's self-sabotage either way because you're just not man enough to sit here and overcome. You're just coping. But I don't want to think about people like that, you know? Like, maybe this is what I'm getting at. A different perspective on people. Maybe I was just addicted to how they made me feel. I was addicted to feelings. I'm not really addicted to people. Oh, did we just really talk about it? Okay. Fuck all y'all.